So, picture the internet a couple years from now. Most of the things clicking around on it, buying, signing, moving money, they aren't people anymore. They're AI agents acting on their own. And here's the question almost nobody can answer yet. When one of them does something, how do you prove what it really did? Not what it was supposed to do, what it actually did. Well, a brand new group thinks that one question is about to become the most valuable thing in tech, and the people behind it, some of the most trusted names crypto ever produced. This is the Advanced AI Society. So let's start with what this actually is, because it's easy to get wrong. The Advanced AI Society isn't a company. It isn't a blockchain, and there's no token here. I'll say that plainly up front, because the names involved will make you assume there is one. It's an industry association, a standards body. Think less hot startup and more like the Open Source Initiative or the Cloud Security Alliance, groups that define a thing everybody else then builds around. And the thing they want to define is what they call verifiable AI. Now here's the part that's genuinely wild. This whole organization is about 5 months old. It soft launched at Davos back in January. And in their own words, the mission is to, quoting here, make verifiable AI publicly definable, commercially procurable, independently certifiable, and broadly insurable. That's a mouthful, so just sit with the last word for a second. Insurable. Hold on to that one, because it turns out to be the whole game. There's also a quietly clever structure underneath all this. They say there are two entities, a foundation that owns the standard and gives it away free, and a society, the membership side, that runs the process. The nonprofit holds the asset, the trade group keeps the lights on. That split is what they describe on their own site. It's a 5-month-old org, so take the fine print as their words for now. But the design is smart. Give the rulebook away. Charge for a seat at the table where the rules actually get written. Okay, so who's actually behind this? Because this is where it gets fun. The CEO and co-founder is Tricia Wang, and if you don't know her, she's the sociologist who coined the term thick data. And there's one story that tells you everything about her. Back around 2009, she was doing fieldwork in China for Nokia, when Nokia still ruled the phone world. She lived among street vendors and migrants, and she came back and told Nokia flat out, the smartphone is coming. Even your low-income customers will pay up for one. You need to pivot now. And Nokia waved her off, said her sample of 100 people was meaningless next to their millions of data points. And yeah, we all remember how that went for Nokia. That became her whole thesis, that the raw numbers alone can leave you completely blind. Now her co-founder is a name a lot of you will know instantly, Michael Casey. 18 years at the Wall Street Journal, then chief content officer at CoinDesk. And it was his newsroom that broke the FTX collapse, work that won a Polk Award. He chairs the Consensus Conference, advised MIT's Digital Currency Initiative, and co-wrote The Age of Cryptocurrency. So look at the picture here. The two people running an AI verification group are a data skeptic ethnographer and the journalist who chronicled crypto's entire arc. And the board chair, Sheila Warren, was the founding CEO of the Crypto Council for Innovation and built the World Economic Forum's blockchain team. And years ago, she co-founded a research lab at the WEF with Tricia Wang. So this is not a Silicon Valley AI lab crowd. This is the Crypto and Policy Trust Network, pointing itself straight at AI. So what are they actually building? And here's the honest twist. They're not building technology at all. Their flagship idea is called proof of control, and they're upfront that it's a property, not a product. Their exact line is that it defines the property, not the mechanism, the way open source describes something without being a thing you buy. And the problem it's chasing has a name, the Verifiability Gap. The number that anchors it is striking. Around 79% of enterprises deploying these agentic AI systems are running with blind spots, Their own security teams can't fully see what the agents are touching, what data they're using, what actions they're firing off. That's from Akto's State of Agentic AI Security Report. And the society's argument is that almost everything we lean on today to feel safe doesn't actually count as evidence. Logs, those can be fabricated. The system's basically writing its own report card. Policies, those describe what's supposed to happen, not what did. Contracts, those just assign blame after the harm's already done. So they lay verification out as a spectrum: self-verifiable, then independently verifiable, then at the very top, cryptographically verifiable, where the proof is mathematical and you don't have to trust anyone's word. And here's the wild thing: the technology to do all this already exists. Zero-knowledge proofs, hardware attestation, Merkle trees, blockchain audit trails. It's all just sitting there. As they put it, the technology exists, the shared language doesn't. Nobody ever agreed on what "we can prove what our AI did" even means. So the gap they're filling isn't a tech gap, it's a language gap. Now here's where it loops right back to crypto. And honestly, this is the part most people are going to miss. Look at who the founding members are: Hedera, NEAR, the Filecoin Foundation, HyperCycle, Edge, and Node, the team behind the graph. These aren't AI labs, right? These are blockchain and decentralized infrastructure projects. There's Caffeine, the internet computers build an app just by talking to it platform. There's Putin, working on proving a real human actually authored something. And there's Ampersand, also from the Edge and Node crew, building a control layer so AI agents can make payments. Fiat in, stablecoin settlement, fiat out. So you start to see the real shape of this. The decentralized trust world, the people who spent a decade building cryptographic proof for money, they're walking that same playbook straight into AI. One member from Edge and Node even left a note on the site saying, "Joining open doors at Davos," that Casey personally showed them the ropes. And the partners run the same direction. Project Liberty, that's Frank McCourt's data sovereignty project, and Casey co-wrote a book with McCourt, so these ties go way back. Plus the Linux Foundation's decentralized trust group and Imperial College's trusted AI lab. Their lawyers? Perkins Coie's blockchain practice. Now, I want to stay grounded. This org is 5 months old. A lot of what we know comes straight off their own website. There isn't a wall of independent press yet, and being listed as a member isn't a signed contract. But the pattern is unmistakable, and it's a fresh second act for crypto infrastructure, not chasing the next coin, but selling trust itself to the AI industry. So, that word from the start, insurable. Here's the endgame, and it's genuinely clever. Their whole strategy is a flywheel. Step 1, you write a standard. Step 2, you certify companies against it. And step 3, this is the keystone, you get insurers to price AI risk based on that certification. Because the second a carrier says, "We'll only underwrite your AI if it's proven and certified," suddenly every enterprise has to get certified. And verification stops being a nice to have and becomes the plain cost of doing business. The standard creates certification, certification creates insurance, and insurance forces adoption. And their 3-year roadmap lays it out in the open. This year, it's the standard version 1, a public registry, and an insurance working group. Next year, certification launches and the first underwriting pilots begin. Certification becomes a rating factor. And by 2028, the goal is insurers requiring it for AI coverage, with certification tied right to your premium pricing. There's one line I keep coming back to. Compute is a commodity. Verification is the moat. That's the whole bet in 7 words. When running an AI becomes basically free, the scarce, valuable thing left is being able to prove what it actually did. And they've been everywhere making this case. Davos in January, an RSA event with CISOs in March, Consensus in Miami in May, where Casey ran a panel called Agents Meet the Enterprise, and a digital finance forum in Bermuda built around exactly this insurance angle. So this isn't a white paper on a shelf. It's a category being built in public in real time. So, where does all this leave us? Look, I'll keep it real with you. The advanced AI society is young. It's largely telling its own story right now, and the real proof is whether that insurance flywheel actually starts to spin. But the core idea is genuinely hard to argue with. In a world run by AI agents, the winners aren't going to be whoever automates the most. It'll be whoever can prove what their machines actually did. That's the takeaway. Verification, not automation, becomes the moat. And there's something kind of poetic about who showed up to build it. The same crypto crowd that spent 10 years insisting cryptographic proof matters, now making that exact argument for AI. So here's your one action item. You can't read the standard yet. The first working draft drops at Black Hat this August. If this hooked you, follow the Advanced AI Society, handles AAI_society, and you'll read it free the day it lands. And if you learn something, hit subscribe. We dig into this so you don't have to. See you in the next one.